you're kind of balancing around cooldown recovery speed for yourself, cooldown recovery for your Spirit Magus, as well as you want this like reduced chance for your minions to be losing nourishment stacks, because every nourishment stack they are getting 15% more damage, but obviously we want them to be using their enhanced skills as much as possible. So this is going to be something that we're definitely going to end up needing a spreadsheet for at some point to kind of figure things out until we get some sort of path to building type thing for Torchlight. But yeah, so far I'm having fun with the character. I'm probably a couple hundred FE in at this point, at least. Though money is kind of flowing a little bit better this league than it does in past leagues. As you can see here, she still maps pretty fast. I could be mapping even faster if I literally just was like sprint running through everything. But as you can see here, like the version that I'm running right now, she's extremely tanky. I'm at 4k life. You know, I have some physical damage that's taken as elemental, and I can pretty much just stand in most things. I don't have to have any recovery skill in my bar. You'll see in like the Traveler footage that you know, the build isn't really that fast though. I mean, like I think the average DPS on it maybe is somewhere around 80 mil, and that's in like ideal situation, like on the golem itself. Pretty much where we're at with it is there is a balance that you're trying to hit, again, between you want to basically maintain your max nourishment stacks at all times, but every time your minions attack, they have a chance in order to basically use one of these nourishment stacks. So and again, you want them to be using their enhanced skills more often, so you get cooldown recovery speed on them, because I believe some of the enhanced skills have maybe like a 10-second cooldown on them. But if you get your cooldown recovery too high, then your minions are attacking too fast now, and then now they're running out of nourishment stacks, which is lowering their damage overall. So it's this kind of balance we need to hit. The most important thing I can say that you do need to focus on personally is going to be cooldown recovery speed. So if you notice here on my spirit candles that I'm running, or my soul candles rather, I am just going for 20% cooldown recovery speed on both. That's what you really want to be pushing for. Since you can't trade for these, you are going to end up being forced to use the league mechanic. But that's pretty much where it's at. For me, I'm using this setup personally right now. Servant damage can be swapped out for harvest time if you don't have enough chance to use an enhanced skill. Again, I really do need to put this in a spreadsheet though, because you want to ensure you're hitting 100% or close to 100% with enhanced skill, but you don't want to be going over, because anything above 100% doesn't do anything. Once you get to 100%, it just caps out. Then same with fire penetration, could also be swapped for, again, harvest time or servant damage. It really depends. Whenever I test it, they're pretty much almost exactly the same every single time. The other things that are staying though, Elemental Duo, Savage Growth, and Elemental Fusion, those are solid. For mapping, I will run a Blurry Steps here. For bossing, you do want to change this to an Elemental Shock. But for mapping, you have more than enough damage. You can just run around and you can just spam Blurry Steps. And then we have Nourishment of Life here, which this is what is providing growth to our units, which is what gives them a ton of damage, as well as more area, and then they're getting their growth stacks from that. And then we have Dazzling Bloom, which is giving them 62% additional damage for 2 seconds. I think with the cooldown, or with the extended duration and pain amplification stuff we have, it's like almost 100% uptime on this. And then we just have a Blink setup with Magic Dash. I'm running Magical Source with Rejuvenation and Swiftness. This is just a very, very low level Swiftness, so you don't want to be using too much of this. You don't even need to be running this at all if you don't have any like sealed mana, stuff like that. And then we're running Elemental Amplification, Charged Flames, and I'm running Steadfast just because armor is so good this league. And then for auto defense, we just have Protection Field with cooldown reduction, so that we're transferring a lot of our damage to our minions. In regards to the tree, I'm level 95. We're going with the same Steel Vanguard tree and everything that I pointed at before. I think the extra points that I had between the last video and this one, I put some into this Minion Critical Strike. And then I moved these points out of barrier. I got rid of the barrier on suffering injury, and I just moved everything into armor. And this armor percent here, and same with Steel Vanguard, I picked up this extra armor here. And then I picked up this physical damage taken as elemental, and then lower elemental damage taken down here. Everything else other than that, what we're running is just increase maximum life, and then the same like aura effect, empower effect, and minion attack and cast speed stuff. What was I gonna say? Or show? Yeah. So for when it comes to the gear, I have upgraded the gear maybe a little bit. For the helmet here, we are just running again double damage for minions with some cooldown recovery. This is, I'm pretty sure, going to be the best. Damage wise, I was testing the ultimate helmet that lowers the cooldown for the ultimate, and it didn't seem to perform way worse than the double damage for minions. So we went ahead and got rid of that. For me, if you want a inexpensive chest to use, you can just use a kingly armor. These are like a couple FE, and you can just get this one. Will give you +1 main skill. Be aware, I guess, even though the Spirit Magus is on the active bar now, it is still not an active skill, so you can't just use a crafted chest with +1 active skills. It doesn't work. Other than that, on the necklace here, we're just running +1 minion skill levels. For the gloves, we're just running life regen, and resistances. Belt, some minion damage, some life. This belt is still not done, but I'm not really going to go too big into crafting one because you do basically need to get a Winter of Origin on this pretty much as soon as you can. That's like the next build upgrade that I'm getting for this. For the boots, we're just running +1 fire skill level with some cooldown recovery. That's pretty much what you're looking for. For rings, you do want this stat here of growth. It has 1% additional damage for every growth. This is a ring I crafted, and then I'm going to be doing the same thing. I have another ring, I just haven't finished crafting it yet. I don't have enough flame sand right now. So you want to start out, you can just get one of these ones with 80 growth instead to start off with. These are going to be pretty cheap, and then you can just kind of craft it up into something with some resistances. And then same thing for your weapon. You're going for a weapon again with +2 to fire. You want to start with a weapon that has +2 to fire skill level or +2 to minions. And then you're basically rolling for this minion damage, minion critical damage, or this like Spirit Magus enhanced skills damage, cooldown recovery speed, minion critical strike rating. Any mix of these is going to be good. I'm not sure exactly which one would be absolutely best. We're still going to need to test on that, but if I had to guess, it's probably going to be something along with this enhanced skills damage, because this is going to be more damage multiplier, cooldown recovery speed, and then like your minion critical strike damage, things like that, or just straight minion damage itself. Yeah. So last thing for the Hero Relics, if you are going to get this one, this Everyone's Gift, which does increase the max nourishment stacks, you do want to ensure that you only purchase one that either has these 3 slots, 1, 2, 4, or 2, 4, 5. If it's not those, it's going to be worthless. You don't want to buy it, like you're just wasting your money. So again, because we want 2 of them on the even numbered engrams, which is 2 and 4, and then we don't want 1 on 3 at all, because we don't want them to lose life. And then we want it either on 1 or 5, so that they're getting a extra enhanced skill chance, as well as just having 3 slots for our memories. So for the memories, it really depends. I'm still unsure. I'm still testing these on a mix between either this chance for it to lose nourishment, as well as personal cooldown recovery speed, or this spirit magic cooldown recovery speed versus your own cooldown recovery speed. There's probably a balance here specifically that you want to be meeting. Pretty much you're just going to have to test it with what gear you have, but pretty much you just want to ensure that you're always staying at your maximum nourishment stacks, whatever that may be. Or if you obviously have a memory that has increased nourishment stacks, that's going to be better than anything else. But those don't exist yet. I haven't seen any pop up, other than the legendary ones that are like 1,000 FE per. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. I'm going to go ahead and show some footage here of doing Traveler. It's not the fastest Traveler in the world. This build, again, it's like you'll get some burst DPS for maybe like 120 mil, but most of the time it's averaging right around that like 80 mil mark at this point. I'm going to continue to gear it and continue to try things out and balance things out to see kind of where we can get, though I'm probably not going to push past more than, you know, maybe like 600 FE, 1000 FE probably at most. I don't really want to go over that, even though FE is kind of dropping a little, way more than before, and we are getting a lot more. Going over a budget like that just makes it a little hard versus some of the other things or the damage we could get out of other builds for roughly the same price. So, other than that, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. I'll be more than happy to answer them. And other than that, see you in the next one.